こんにちは。久しぶりね。ドルさんです。How you going? Welcome back to the podcast, punters. Today I've got a champion friend, Rika, Juliana. Beautiful friend I know from, born in Osaka, but she's pretty much grown up in Brisbane and on the Gold Coast for the last however years. And she's a lot of fun, a personal friend of mine. And she came in with her lad Dan, the bloke. And we had a good laugh, and I just want to introduce her to the world of podcasting and rack her brain. I pretty much made her feel awkward the entire interview, which isn't hard to do for me. But hope you get a lot out of this. Listen through to the end where Rika really starts to kick into another gear. Anyway, love yous. Over to you, Rika. What am I supposed to call you? Reeks.
Or Rika. I don't mind.
Rika and Dan. Dan's over there in the corner that we can't hear because I haven't sorted out 3 mics yet. And he's got to go to work anyway, right? How are you, mate? We haven't been stand-up paddleboarding for a long time.
Because you keep flagging me.
Oh, well, yeah, actually, the last few weeks, or the last few times, I haven't woken up. I've got into this thing lately of I go to bed with my little boy at about 8 o'clock when he goes to sleep and the kids go to sleep.
Yeah.
Then I wake up at 10:30 and I just do all this internet work till about 1:30 lately. It's always till 1:30. So the last few, and I've been doing this for about 3 or 4 weeks now. It's really bad for you. And so I keep waking up and going, and then getting the last 2 times, I think there was a message from you. You were the only one that made it or woke up and went, it's 5:30. Aren't we at the boat shed?
I think that happened about 5 or 6 times already.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
I miss it.
You know, it's because Alyssa used to come with me, so it was all right then. But now she lives up in Tugun.
And she's got a boyfriend now.
Yeah, so I rock up by myself. Go.
What do you think they're doing at 5:30 in the morning, Mum?
Ooh.
Oh, that was rough, wasn't it? He's a great guy, yeah. I thought, you know.
They're in La La Land. They're dreaming about, you know, nice, shiny, sparkly stuff.
Yeah, good on them. I met them for the first time on at the boat shed, and we went stand up paddleboarding. It was his first time on the board. Yeah. I personally found him to just be this sort of. I could just see he was kind of a good guy. I don't know his story whole now, but that's been weeks. Does he like Australia? Do you think?
He loves it. He loves it. Yeah.
Yeah, from Texas.
Wildlife.
No, where is he from?
Las Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the go? So what are you doing? How's you were born where? Osaka, Japan.
Yeah.
How long were you there for?
About 18 months.
18 months. Wow.
I had my second birthday in Sydney.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and what do you think about stuff? No, you actually, I've been thinking, I've always wanted you to be on this little show here because I've got a million questions because you do Japanese translation work.
Yeah.
Right. And so ever since I've met you, you have this classic Brisbane accent, you know, like,
yeah.
And so it was actually a surprise to me to find out that you spoke Japanese still, you know, and even can write in Japanese and do translation work every other day, you know.
Yeah.
How's it going? Are you into that still? Is it tough?
Yeah. As a job, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. Like, I'm good at it. And that's why, you know.
Stop looking at Dan. Don't look at Dan. What's he doing?
All right. No, I'm good at it. I think, like, everyone tells me I'm good at it. I know, you know, people love it when I give them the work that because they go, gee, Rika, you know, we're so impressed by the quality of work. So I'm good at it, but I don't like it because it's stress, especially interpreting. Interpreting is really hard because you're on the spot. You got to come up with I mean, you know, if I get it wrong, that's conveying someone else's message incorrectly. And so that person's not really going to understand what this other person's trying to tell them. And that's all on my shoulders, and I don't like that.
That's stressful.
Yeah.
What was that story with that guy what country was it where he wasn't even an interpreter? You see, there was some big natural disaster recently. Was it?
The sign language guy.
Yeah. Did you see that?
I saw bits of it on the news.
And he was just apparently just going,
yeah.
doing nothing. How did that? Isn't that the funniest
With his
idea?
facial expression.
Yeah, pass the cash here. I'll do whatever you want. Isn't that funny? I got to see that.
Yeah. Well, who's to know that he can't do it? You know, if you got to, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. Aircon's not on.
Oh.
I'm one of those nutcase. You know, I know my temperature's 24 degrees, and I drive my wife crazy at home going, it's 25. It's 25. Oh my God, I'm going to jump out the window.
No, I'm like that though a little bit. Hey, like my tolerance level between too hot and too cold is about that narrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're a girl, so that means you're always cold.
No. It's either I'm too cold or I'm too hot, and the happy me.
Yeah. Otherwise, so you're just a whinger. Is that right? Is that right? Because I call my wife like, "Come on, let's go to the beach. It's too cold." Just never say that ever.
I don't whinge.
My little boy said it. He just said, "I'm cold." I said, "If you ever say that again, for the rest of our life, you're a man. You are never cold. You just take it like a man. You're never cold."
Really?
Oh yeah.
So you think
you just got to charge the cold?
I find being hot just as uncomfortable as being too hot, too cold.
I hate it.
Yeah. Because there's a limit to what you can take off, but you can like keep putting clothes on. So I prefer cold. You
know, when I first met my Japanese wife, right? We like a couple of years later, I started to paint swimming pools, and you know, in Brisbane, it was like the hottest thing to ever do, to be inside, grind all the paint off a swimming pool with one grinder alone all day. You know, tough job, but I actually really liked it. It was one of those, like you vacuum the house. It's before is messy, but after, and it was almost the same day. You had this just super glossy blue. I really enjoyed that. You know, it was addictive to me even. So I knew this, you know, 6 hours of grinding, 3 hours of painting, and the customer is like, "Oh my God, the whole backyard is awesome." You know, it was a really cool thing. God, why am I telling you this story? Oh yeah, my wife, right? So she's from Yokosuka in Japan.
Yeah.
And she did this cool thing. So I'm sweating it out like a man, like a tradesman, like you know. She started freezing towels and putting these little towels around my neck.
Yeah.
Right? It's such an obvious thing to do, but it's what everyone does in Japan, right? You know, or probably everyone does everywhere, but not when you grew up in Logan. It's like, what do I need this for? I don't need this. Sure, it's probably a smart thing to do, but
you don't freeze them, but they're cold, hey, because they're,
Makes so much sense. So, your mum lives on the Gold Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah? And
Super mum.
I
love my mum.
She's been selling real estate for a long time. I don't know if you need to drop her name here, but so technically, how long have you been on the Gold Coast for?
On the Gold Coast since I was 17.
Oh, wow.
And I'm now
something
28.
Like that. Does your mum still, carry Japanese traditional stuff or just little quirky things? Of course she would, but can you think of anything? I don't know. Obviously no shoes in the house.
No, she doesn't care.
Really?
Yeah.
What about your house?
I like to take my shoes off.
Yeah.
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 Makes sense.
Keeps it cleaner. I wouldn't mind if I had like floorboards or tiles.
Yeah.
But carpet, shoes on carpet.
No. I know. Ever since that was, my eyes were open to that. I couldn't believe how my whole life had grown up just stomping straight from the factory, getting straight home, walking straight through the carpet.
Yeah, yeah.
Mum saying, "Don't walk on the carpet. We've got these boots are dirt. These are clean." You know, but not even looking. Not even care. But the idea, that I learned, going to Japan and going, "Wow, what's this all about?" Is that the house? You know how all the houses are raised about 300 centimeters.
Yeah.
That the house is the clean zone, the shrine,
temple,
and the lady looks after this area.
Yeah.
When the man comes home, sort of thing. Everything in here is just absolute. What's the word I'm looking for? Comfort and So once that got into my head, I was like, wow, yeah, this actually is, a place to go and just go, right, shoes are there.
Yeah.
Let's just get in this house and really relax and no rules. So you could just lie all over the place everywhere.
Yeah.
Love it. What else do you think? Do you look at you, you're squirming, you're all uncomfortable. Aren't you? Aren't you?
No, I'm fine.
No?
Yeah.
Is there some things you don't want to talk about?
No.
All right, question for you, right?
Yeah.
It must be odd having a Japanese face. I consider you.
Yeah.
You're not 100% Japanese.
I don't know. No, I'm not 100% Japanese, but
No.
I get people that pick it straight away. I get people that have no clue.
Right.
I get people, I can tell them I'm Eskimo and they'll believe it. I tell them that I'm Spanish and they'll believe it. Remember that lady
Yeah.
at Coolangatta Hotel? She goes, so where are you from? Spain? I'm like, yeah,
Wow.
that'll do. And then, I've got people that just don't pick the Asian in it whatsoever. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I've known you too long.
well, maybe you're used to, because your wife's Japanese, maybe you can pick, you see.
Actually, I can remember now that the time I first met you and Alyssa at that party, I didn't think you were Japanese. I thought Alyssa was, perhaps.
Yeah.
So, come to think of it, I thought you were sisters too. That was a funny
Yeah.
thing, So you're doing all right.
We
You're
thought
doing all right, Reeks. You're going all right there.
Thank you. We thought you were a creepy man with an Asian fetish.
Oh, well, I am. That's the funny thing. That's the funny thing. Damn. How do I edit that out? Haven't learned that much.
So funny because in the beginning he was like, he's still following us. He's looking
And I was
at
wearing a
us.
nurse's outfit. I was playing bass in some band, the Bastards, wearing a nurse's outfit.
That was a good band though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just got off the phone to Greasy, the singer.
Yeah.
He wants to do a reunion gig. He's just sold his big house up there. And he wants to get the Bastards back together for a one-off gig. So I have to get out that nurse's uniform.
So it was
Get some Asians in there,
was
to creep
Greasy
on out.
there too.
Yeah, he was
This
the
is
guy
Mike's
wearing the
50th.
big. He had a furry, like a buffalo
I remember somebody
head
like
and a big
that. Yeah.
buffalo beard. He was completely in this sort of funny-looking thing. That was a while. Whoa, what's that? Anyway,
Are we out of time?
No,
No.
come on, relax, man. Hey, what I've been asking people is that always the first one we sit down, it's awkward for you. The second time, if you come back in a month, the conversation sort of takes off because we're not saying, right now it's like, what's this all about? We're talking about normal stuff. Well,
Yeah.
the next time we're just continuing the story, so it's much better.
Okay.
So I can relax you like that. You don't,
Right.
just, it's sort of,
It's kind of weird with a microphone in your face
yeah.
and earphones
Yeah.
or headphones. It's kind of like I'm being interviewed.
Yeah, you are.
I am.
You got a lot of answers. No, what I was getting at,
Yeah.
Rika, okay. Yeah, maybe because I consider you now like a Japanese person because I know your whole
Oh, yeah.
history
back
and
to that.
story, yeah? No, actually, you're a bubbly, funny person. Do you ever get any surprises when you open your mouth and you're completely Australian in language, Like,
Yeah.
we go, oh, wow.
I get more of the opposite though. The Japanese people, when they hear me speak to them in Japanese, they're like,
Yeah.
"Are you Japanese?" My mom's Japanese.
How would they say it, Japanese?
日本人?
Yeah, Nihonjin.
日本人?
You know what I had to listen to last night? We drove home all the way from the Speedway in Brisbane, and we've got two little kids in the back. My wife keeps playing Anpanman. Like,
Yeah.
we play all these things on the iPhone. The Japanese language is so bizarre to me when you hear it from when, that obviously the Australian one is ridiculous too. I'm just saying when you hear like a kid's show,
Yeah.
it's just like if you heard the Wiggles and you're from another country, you're like, whoa, what are these bloody Australians all about? But to hear the I still get such a kick out of it. It's like everyone's got a character. Or when you go to America and you're in a cafe and the lady comes over to you and she goes, "How are you folks? What can I get for you?" And you're like, you actually speak that way?
Right, yeah.
It's amazing, It all sounds like TV. You just look so uncomfortable right now. Dan, you should be sitting over there. She keeps looking at you like
at me.
yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna have you back,
No,
Dan.
because Dan can relate to half the stuff you're saying. 'Cause
Yeah.
he sits at home and I'm on the phone to mum, to my boss, and it's like, la, 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 la.
Yeah, and you hear all these same kind of little words, and you go, "What the hell does that mean?" It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's good to have that. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there. What else? Shoes off in the house. What about natto? Do you like natto?
Oh, no, I can't stand it.
Good. Natto needs to be destroyed from the world.
I think so too, but
Have you had that?
my children love it.
Really?
Yeah, Dan's tried it. My brother made you try it.